I am reticent to speak of the global south, even though I do it often. Because we don't belong to the global south. Because to me, global south doesn't mean much. What is it? Geographic, well, Australia is in the global south. But nobody considers Australia to be part of the global south. And Cuba is part of the global north, geographically. But nobody considers Cuba to be part of the global north. So that means the word global south hides other ideologies behind it that we are not able to identify. And if we don't identify them, how are we supposed to articulate a vision of the future? So I like the word. I've heard in the past different alternatives, developing world. Well, I disagree because it depends what you mean by development. Some people speak of the majority world. Because factually, yes, the global south is the majority. But even then, what does it much mean? What does it entail? So I like the word, and I will probably shock you, I like the word third world, even though most people hate it. And I love that word, I love that qualification for a very simple reason. To me, third world is not an insult. It isn't offensive. It doesn't mean that there is a number one, a number two, and suddenly we're a number three. No. It means, in the era in which we know scientifically, that if every single person, by the wave of a wand, could suddenly live like the average Frenchman, or the average Texan, or the average Swiss, the world would not sustain it. The world would end. And that means that those conceptions of development are not enough, because they are directly harming us. And therefore I use third world because to me it means that we have the historic responsibility of finding from the third world a third way. And that third way is not a way against anyone. It is a positive way, a way for. And that third way must, because it inevitably will be away from the global south, from the third world, by the third world, but for humanity.